Hello dear friends, my name is Jitendra Bafna. I am a senior MuleSoft architect. In this video, we're going to see how to implement disaster recovery with the Anypoint Cloud Hub. So before we move into this topic, let's try to understand a worker architecture. What is exactly happening behind the scene when you try to deploy the application on one worker, on multiple worker, on different regions. So I have already published one of the article, you can go through that. So when you deploy a application on one worker, so generally you select the region in which region you have to deploy the application. Each region have a 3 availability zone. So what it does, if you select US East 1, in US East 1 there are 3 availability zone, it will deploy the application in one of any availability zone. So we don't have a control in which availability zone we have to deploy, it automatically deploy. In case if that particular availability zone goes down due to power failure or rack failure or whatever, right, in this case MuleSoft will automatically restart the application in some other availability zone, or it will redeploy the application into some other availability zone. So for this switching process, it may take some time, right? So maybe some 5, 10, 15 minutes. So this requires a downtime. In such scenario, it may require, in case of when you deploy the application on 2 workers or multiple workers, in this case the application will be get deployed to different availability zone in the same region. Okay, in this case it got deployed to zone 2 and the zone 1. If zone 1 goes down, your application is still running on zone 2. Here we have a HTTP shared load balancer which automatically does the load balancing. So if one of the availability zone goes down, your request will be served by the zone 2. In between, the zone 1 will move the application to the zone 3. So there is a no downtime experience because your application is still on zone 2. Okay, but zone 1 is down, right? But zone 2 can fulfill the request. In case of disaster recovery, when I talking about if your region got failed due to some disaster, due to some natural calamities, in that case your region is completely down, but your application is very critical to the business and you want to make sure, like, you need to make sure like that application is highly available. No, it can be recovered from any disaster very quickly. In that case, we deploy a same application into 2 different regions. So basically in MuleSoft, you can, when you deploy the application, you cannot select the 2 different regions. What you can do, you can deploy a 2 different instance of the application in 2 different region, then set up some external load balancer, which we will going to see in this particular video. Okay, so the first thing, I have a Mule application which has a HTTP listener port 8081 and return the success response from region 1. So let me export this application, this simple application. Just I want to show you the concept how we can implement a disaster recovery. Yes. So I am just exporting my application. I will say OK. Now I will go to Mule Anypoint Manager. I will say deploy application. Here I will say Mule DR1. Okay, so I am saying this is my Mule DR1. Here I am selecting US East North Virginia. I will choose the file which I have just exported on my local, I can say C drive. An LB test project. Okay, so I will say deploy application. Now next thing what I will do, I will change this region to 2. Just I want to make sure like I am getting the response from multiple region. Save all. Export this. Next, simply export it. I will say yes. Mule DR1. I'll copy this and go to application. Let's wait while it's exporting the application. I can say OK. Okay, then you can say deploy application DR2. Make sure your region is different. I will use US West this time. I will keep both the application very far. One is in east, other is in west. Generally it is recommended to keep the application in the opposite regions. Okay, so I will choose. Okay, so region is northward California. Just deploy the application. So now it will give a two DNS, a two shared load balancer URL. One is mule DR1. I can copy somewhere here. Then other will give US West 1 region. So copy this also. So one of the application got started. Let's see what we got the response. The first application got started. Close this. Let me do this. Close all this. Close all this. Send the request. You got a success response from the region 1. So there's another way you can access this application. So mule internal hyphen, this is also one of the DNS, and here you have to append a port number 8081. Send request. It's a wrong, sorry, it's a mule worker, not internal. Okay, abort and send again. You got the so there's a two way, either you can use this URL or you can remove this worker and you can use it. So let's wait while the other application is deploying. So let me copy the other application URL. It's a DR2. So either I can use the, as I mentioned, you can use this also. Let me send the request. Let's see the application. Now it should give the response. Let's abort and send the request again. Let me check the logs. Mule worker mule DR2 US 8081 is a perfect. Yeah, the application is running. Okay, let me remove this mule worker. Okay, I got the response. Let me append mule worker hyphen, it takes some time, you know, 8081. So you got the region 2. So I will make my region down. So my, like, due to some issue, my region US West has gone down, so I just stop it. So for just I want to evaluate the thing. So my region gone down. Let me send a request. So in that case I will not get the response, but the mule DR1 is a separate application, right? Then you can send a request to the mule DR1. So but is there any other way? So basically we can make use of external load balancer, on-premise load balancer also. So for that I will use NGINX load balancer. You can download it from here. NGINX Windows 1.16.1 is the latest. You can download it. I have already downloaded the zip file and I have unzipped it. I will simply copy this to my one of the drive, paste it. Then I will start this NGINX load balancer. I can say start NGINX. So this will start my NGINX. To test NGINX load balancer is up and running, simply type a local host port 80 on your browser. That's it. So welcome to NGINX. This page shows confirm that your load balancer is up and running. Now what I have to do? So basically now you have to do the load balancing between two regions. So you can go to comp, under comp folder you can go to this particular nginx.conf file, go somewhere in the server or outside the before server. Okay, just enter, and you can have to define upstream. So you have to tell what are the server in my load balancer. I can say jack server, you can give any name, then curly bracket. Under this I will define this particular load servers. So you always have to use mule worker, then give that URL, that is shared load balancer URL, and port is 8081. Before that you have to define a server. This is one server, right? I have to define a second server. I will again say mule worker hyphen, copy this second URL, paste it here. So generally mule worker app name dot region dot cloudhub.io. So US East 1 and US West 1 8081. Now you have to define the location. Current location is point to this particular page. This is index.html page. I want to change this, so I have to point to this servers, right? So it's simple. So you can use a property called proxy pass. Okay, so you can use proxy pass http. You can give that name jack server which we have defined above. That's it. Then you have to give some header proxy. If any header or is there, set, you just define this set header. You can say host $host. Just I'm setting the host in the dollar. That's it. Setting the header, host header, header, like I'm setting the host into the header. This is the configuration you need to do. Define the server. You can add more server, these are the more server or more like URL in this. Then just I'm pointing, this is my server within the load balancer, and I'm sending some host into the header. Okay, you can save this file, close it, then then go to one back, and you have to refresh your configuration. So there's a command called nginx -s reload. So everything is perfectly fine. So now let me check if both application is up and running. Yeah, now both is up and running. So now let me check if I'm getting the response. Yeah, I'm getting response from region 1, and also let just verify with east 1 also. So I want to make sure both are up and running. So both are up and running. Now I will use localhost 80. So this is my load balancer URL, localhost 80. So I got the response from region 1. Now region 2. So it is load balancing your request, but let region 1, region 2, region 1. So it is load balancing the request. So there are various algorithm available, IP hash, round robin fashion, so different kind of algorithm you can enable. So one more thing I want to show you in this particular thing. So where you define the load balancer name, this is it listen on port 80 and localhost. You can change this name, any IP address, and finally you have to set up the public DNS registry, to give some custom DNS or whatever. So this has fixed my, let's consider now my one of the DR one has gone down, region has gone down. Let's wait while application is getting stopped. Okay, my application got. Now how the load balancer will behave? I'm waiting. Okay, I will get the response from region 2. I will never get the response from region 1, region 2. right? Even my application in region 1, like region 1 goes down, your request is served from no region 2. So we have achieved a disaster recovery here. So due to some issues my region 1 goes down, so my all the requests served by the region 2, you can see success response from the region 2. Now it is not hitting a region 1 basically. Okay, so let's consider if my region 1 comes up again. Okay, let's start. Okay. So I'm starting my region 1. So your all request will be always served by the region 2. Success response from region 2. So let's wait while application is up and running. So as soon as the application will come up and running, it will start sending the request to region 1 also. I hope you are enjoying this video. So I will pause the video till application is getting deployed. It may take some time. Guys, welcome back. You can see the application is deployed. My region 1 came up basically, or application in region 1 came up. So let me test it again. What happens in this scenario? Your request will be served by, so you can say success response from region 2. Region 2. Let's wait. So you can set up any kind of load balancer, whatever you want. So let me abort and just send it once again. Region 2. Let's wait, guys, till we get the response. Generally it doesn't take that much of time. It's also depend on your internet connection and all those things. Still region 1 is not serving the request. Region 2 only. So let's wait for few. It takes some time, region 2. Region 2. So generally it may take some time. It works, okay, so don't worry about that. It works. So this is how you can achieve a load balancing disaster recovery for your CloudHub application. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. So don't worry about that. So once application comes up, it may take some time for reflect. It gets scheduled, right? So after it try to make sure it basically after few minutes or few 10 minutes, it automatically makes sure request also goes to this DR1. So it works, so don't worry about that. So this is how you can implement a disaster recovery for your MuleSoft application deployed to the CloudHub.